What's up guys, Alvaro here. Welcome to the Bilingual Stock Market channel again. On this channel, we talk about the markets and we do it in English and Spanish as well, so you can pick your preferred language. And in this video, and as I do it Mondays through Thursdays, I want to make a quick stock market update, so I want to break down some technicals, going over the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100, which are the most important indices of the United States stock market. And at the end of the video, I will be breaking down from a technical standpoint as well 3 stocks that in tomorrow's trading session will be on the very top of my personal watch list. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. And before starting out the video, I want to say thanks to these guys, Hard Not Impossible Productions. Take a look at this t-shirt. Amazing t-shirt. So my friend Angel, he owns this company, Hard Not Impossible Productions. This is a film company and they are based in Los Angeles, and Angel is a member of our Patreon in Spanish. So thank you very much for the t-shirts, bro. I really loved it. And if any of you needs help to film anything and you are near Los Angeles, go ahead and reach out to Hard Not Impossible Productions. So let's get started, guys. And today we had a green day all across the board. Russell 2000 went up 1.81%, NASDAQ went up 0.78%, and the NASDAQ 100 actually reached a new all-time high in today's trading session. S&P 500 almost reached a new all-time high. It went up today 0.60%, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average went up 0.78%. And if we take a look at the sectors that trade inside the S&P 500, 9 out of 11 sectors ended up the day in positive territory, led by financials and energy. So we can make the case that we had a reopening day today in the market, and the 2 sectors that led the way in the last 2 or 3 trading sessions, healthcare and materials, were the ones that underperformed in today's trading session. A very healthy day, taking into account that the sectors that were a bit overbought and a bit overextended took a rest in today's trading session. And keep in mind, guys, that tomorrow we are going to have the jobs report of July. Analysts are expecting that report to come out at 875,000 new jobs created during the month of July. And you guys already know what I think about that. I believe that if that report happens to come out weaker than expected, then we might potentially rule out the possibility of the Federal Reserve to start tapering, at least in the rest, or at least while 2021 ends. So I am not going to feel sad if that report happens to come out worse than expected, all right? That would be good news for higher multiple stocks, growth stocks, and tech stocks in general terms. And today, this morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we had jobless claims coming out, and that report came out a bit better than expected. 14,000 fewer claims relative to last week at 385,000 new jobless claims. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the S&P 500. And by the way, guys, I was about to forget about the earnings that are coming out tomorrow. And I would say that the most interesting earnings tomorrow are going to be obviously DraftKings and Norwegian Cruise Line. That is going to be before open. Remember, guys, I'm keeping in mind that every single time that a company reports earnings on Friday, that occurs before open. So I am really looking forward to seeing what DraftKings is going to report tomorrow. And as of now, I own 150 shares of the stock of this company at an average price of $50. So what's out tomorrow for Norwegian Cruise Line and DraftKings before open? And when it comes to the S&P 500, this index went up today, as I just said, 0.60%, and it closed today's trading session at 4,429 points. And by the way, guys, Goldman Sachs put out a price prediction. Let's let's put it that way, or a price target for the S&P 500 into the end of this year, 4,700. That's a move. I mean, if that were to happen, that would imply a move of 6% to the upside from here, guys. 4,700. So I don't know. I'm not saying that, and you guys know that I am a bull. So that was said by Goldman Sachs. Let's see how that plays out into the end of this year. So I am going to zoom in here on the 4-hour chart, and guys, we were pretty much 1 point away from all-time high. We can make the case that all-time high in the S&P 500 is 4,430 points, and this index closed today's trading session at 4,429 points, 44.29. And if we take a look, sorry, at the RSI of this index, it is at 61 points. So make no mistakes, guys. If the jobs report tomorrow happens to come better than expected, the bulls are going to burst above all-time high, no doubt about it. I mean, we cannot say no doubt about it, or we cannot affirm that something is going to occur with a 100% certainty in the markets, because that's not the way the markets works. But yeah, guys, if the jobs report happens to come out, as I just said, better than expected, the likelihood, let's just put it that way, the likelihood tomorrow to see a new all-time high in the S&P 500 is going to be very, but very high. And in terms of support, I am going to be looking tomorrow at pretty much 44.15, guys. 44.15 acted as a lower support in today's trading session, and it is also a former area of overhead resistance in which the bulls of the S&P failed back on August 2nd. They also failed back on December 27th and also back on July 23rd. So let's see what happens tomorrow. And yeah, everything is going to depend on the jobs report that is coming out at 8:30 a.m. But the S&P 500, needless to say, guys, looks extremely, but extremely bullish, no doubt about it. And when it comes to the NASDAQ 100, the NASDAQ 100 reached a new all-time high in today's trading session at 15,184 points. And if we take a look at the RSI of the NDX, it is at 68 points. It is getting a bit elevated, but let's not forget that we have already seen the NASDAQ 100 trading with the RSI being at unbelievable levels, guys, 83, 84, or 85 points. So what could happen tomorrow in the case of the NASDAQ 100? Can the NASDAQ keep on going up tomorrow? Because in terms of resistance, guys, we are pretty much in no man's land. I cannot call out any level of overhead resistance when we pretty much closed at a new all-time high. So if tomorrow we happen to see some sort of pullback in the NASDAQ 100, we can keep a close watch on 15,000 points. 15,000 points is a previous area of lower support. Sorry, I was gonna say overhead resistance. 15,000 points is an area that already acted as a lower support in the NASDAQ 100 on 1, 2, and 3 occasions in recent days, and it also acted as overhead resistance back on July 14th and also back on July 13th. So watch out for support at 15,000 points if we happen to see the NASDAQ 100 pulling back tomorrow. And yeah, guys, the bulls can keep on going up, no doubt about it. Take a look at the RSI, 68 points. It is not too elevated. In my case, I would like to see the NASDAQ 100 drop a bit tomorrow in order to keep on gathering momentum to keep on going higher without the RSI getting extremely overheated. And when it comes to the first stock of this video, that stock is going to be Evgo. And guys, we just had President Biden at the White House talking about electric vehicles, and he highlighted that the goal of the current government of the US is having by 2030 50% of all of the cars in the US being clean cars. Is that goal going to be a shift? I think so. And I would say, because I mean, it is, as of now, we are in 2021. I think that by 2030, guys, we are going to have more than 50% of the total fleet of vehicles here in the US being electric. That's my hunch. We will see how that plays out. So watch out for Evgo, guys. This is a company that owns a network of electric vehicle charging stations here in the US. And as of now, we find Evgo, guys, trading. Let me show you this. So the stock of this company is trading 64% of its highs. And mind you, this is a serious company, a very well-established company that is already making money. So watch out for this company, even from a long-term perspective. So Evgo went up today 10% and it closed today's trading session at $10.01. So $10.01, sorry. Okay, if tomorrow, guys, if in tomorrow's trading session, I happen to see Evgo bursting above an important area of lower support that already acted as such for Evgo at $10.50, I am going to be very tempted, guys, in order to pick up 200 or 250 shares of Evgo, in which case my price target is going to be the next or the other important area of overhead resistance for the stock of this company near $14.62. So take a look, guys, at how the area that I just told you about near $10.50 already acted as a lower support for Evgo back in mid-July. It also did it back in mid-May, also back on March 5th, and lastly, back in early January. So we are talking about a very important area, a very important previous area of support that now is going to act as a very tough area of overhead resistance for the bulls of Evgo. So I'm thinking, guys, that if tomorrow, and as I just said, Evgo happens to burst above $10.40, and if I notice that the stock of this company starts to close hourly slightly above $10.40, I am going to be tempted, as I just said, to pick up 100 or 200 shares of Evgo at around $10.80. If I happen to pick up shares of the stock of this company at $10.80, and if I happen to be able to sell out of those shares at the other important area of overhead resistance that I just told you about near $14.50, I could be potentially locking in a profit of 24%. And take a look, guys, let me zoom in here at the 4-hour chart. Take a look at how here back on July 15th, a death cross unfolded, and this death cross ended up affecting in a very negative way the stock of Evgo. So since this death cross unfolded, Evgo pulled back almost 32%. So this goes to show that not always, guys, a death cross happens to affect the stock of a company in a negative way, but in other occasions, it happens to be very effective from a bearish standpoint. So Evgo paid a visit to $8.70. It got very oversold and now is pulling up. So watch out for the stock of this company bursting above $10.40 in tomorrow's trading session. And now let's go ahead and take a look at Fastly. And oh man, this stock went absolutely ballistic today, guys. And obviously the stock of this company went down today 10.35% because they reported bad earnings, or they didn't meet the expectations of the analysts. But take a look, let me pull up here the 1 day 1 minute. So this morning, guys, Fastly dropped down to $34, and then the stock of this company went up after having found support at pretty much $34. It went up 24% from an intraday perspective. I actually took a day trade on Fastly, and let me show you guys. This was a very nice day trade that I closed with a profit of almost, I think that this was a 210 back profit trade. So let me show you, let me pull up here the trades that I have taken with Fastly, and I almost, guys, but almost by a hair, catch the very bottom in the case of Fastly. So I purchased 60 shares at $34.26, and the lowest that Fastly went today was $34 pretty much. So I was about to catch the bottom of the stock of this company this morning, and I ended up selling out of these shares, of these 60 shares at $37.81. And yes, I left a lot of money in the table because Fastly went up to almost 42 bucks. My goodness. Yeah, I left a lot of money in the table, but that's fine, guys. Profit is profit. So I purchased these 60 shares paying $2,055, and I closed this position being paid $2,268. So I made 210 bucks. I can't complain about it. I left money on the table, but it is what it is, guys. That's, you know, business as usual. So if tomorrow, guys, and by the way, let me take a look at the earnings, guys, because I didn't tell you about that. Fastly reported earnings yesterday, and I think that they failed on both, guys, EPS and revenue. So let me pull up here the information quickly. So EPS came in at negative 21 cents versus negative 9 cents estimate, and sales came in at $82 million versus $98 million estimate. So they failed all across the board, and that's why the stock of this company fell off a cliff after this report came out. However, guys, if tomorrow Fastly, and make no mistakes, if Fastly happens to pay a visit tomorrow once again to the $34, I am going to be purchasing shares of Fastly at around $34 or $34.40 ish. 60 or 80 shares. I am not going to bet the farm on Fastly either, but I am going to be definitely purchasing shares of Fastly at around those prices. Another scenario that I would be willing to see tomorrow in order to take another trade on Fastly would be the stock of this company starting to consolidate slightly above $39.50, guys. $39.50 is a previous area of lower support that already acted as such for Fastly back on May 11th, and it also did it back on May 13th. So if I see Fastly consolidating slightly above that area, I am going to be picking up, as I just said, 60 or 70 shares of Fastly, in which case my price target is going to be the next important area of overhead resistance for the stock of this company near $47. $47 is a previous area of lower support that already acted as such for Fastly back on July 27th, and it also did it in late May and also in early June. If I were able to take this trade the way that I am describing it, let's say that picking up shares of Fastly at $40-ish or $40.20 and selling out of those shares at around $47, I could be potentially locking in a profit of 14%. So watch out tomorrow for Fastly, guys. I think that this is going to be the stock that is going to be at the very top of my personal watch list tomorrow. So watch out for the stock of this company, either paying a visit down to 34 bucks again, in which case we can take a trade from 34 bucks up to 40 bucks per share. That would be a 12% profit trade, or finding support and starting to consolidate slightly above $40 and filling the gap up to $47 per share in the case of Fastly. And now let's go ahead and take a look at Ideonomics, which is a stock that has gotten absolutely killed, guys, lately. And today actually Idex happened to pull off a green day. It went up 0.86% and it closed today's trading session at $2.34. So if tomorrow, guys, I happen to see Idex paying a visit to $2.23, that's an area that I have been waiting in the case of, that I have been waiting for in the case of Idex, but Idex hasn't paid a visit yet down to $2.23. So if the stock of this company happens to pay a visit to that area, I am going to be picking up 500 shares in order to take a swing trade. And why? Well, because $2.23 is a previous area of lower support that already acted as such for Idex on 3 occasions before, and it also acted as overhead resistance for the stock of this company back on December 14th. So if I were able to pick up some shares of Idex near $2.20 or $2.23, then my price target is going to be the next important area of overhead resistance for the stock of this company at $2.54. $2.54 is a previous area of overhead resistance in which the bulls of Idex already failed on 1, 2, and 3 occasions before, but it is also a previous area of lower support that already acted as such for Idex back on March 5th. It also did it back on March 24th, also back on April 13th, and lastly back on May 3rd. So if I were able to take this trade the way that I am describing it, I could be potentially locking in a profit of almost 10%. This would be an easy trade, and I am quoting easy trade, as I just said, from $2.23 up to $2.50. So watch out for Idex paying a visit tomorrow or in the upcoming trading sessions down to $2.23, and the RSI of Idex is at 41 points, guys. So we can make the case, and as I always say here on the channel, that if Idex happens to pay a visit down to $2.20-ish, the RSI is going to be even lower than 41 points, and that is going to increase the likelihood for the bulls of Idex to find support at a previous area of lower support and resistance, and then bounce back up. And with Ideonomics, I am going to wrap up the video. Thank you very much for your attention, and thank you very much for hanging out with me once again. Remember, and keep in mind, guys, that here on the Bilingual Stock Market channel, we are posting stock market update videos Mondays through Thursdays, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. So if you want to get all of the notifications of all of our videos in a timely manner, you have to be subscribed to the channel, but you also need to activate the notification bell right up there. Follow us on Instagram as well, guys, at Bilingual Stock Market. On our Instagram account, we are posting news and information on a daily basis, and here and there, with the volatility of the markets, let me do it, I am making call-outs about the stocks that I am about to purchase throughout the trading session. So go ahead and follow us on Instagram as well at Bilingual Stock Market. And remember that this is the Bilingual Stock Market channel, the YouTube channel in which we talk about the markets, and we do it in English and Spanish as well, so you can pick your preferred language. But most importantly, this is the YouTube channel in which we know that the wonderful world of Wall Street is not for geniuses, it is for entrepreneurs just like you guys and myself. My name is Alvaro, and I will see you guys on Sunday, because tomorrow is Friday. No videos on Fridays for the Bilingual Stock Market channel, so I will see you guys on Sunday, probably before noon. See ya. Take care and enjoy your weekend. Bye.